Coming up on Cardinals Insider, sit down to talk with Cardinals utility man Brendan Donovan.
Any play, and I told you all this, the thing that puts you in a position to be able to make a play, your feet.
Plus, Pedro Pages is mic'd up.
It's not a good camera angle I got to my left right now.
And later, head to the desert and see what youngster was hotter than the Arizona sun.
There it is.
Those stories and more ahead on a brand new Cardinals Insider. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. It's great to have you with us. I'm Ozzie Smith. Brendan Donovan has cemented himself as a versatile player. During spring training, he and I sat down to discuss his career and the season ahead.
Let's talk about how your off seasons have changed since you came into the league now. Sometimes as a player, things change without you having to do anything from a responsibility standpoint. How do you look at your role here now?
Yeah, so obviously I'm going into my fourth season, and man, every year I learn a little bit of something about myself. This game was a great teacher for life. It teaches you some of those hard lessons. One of the ones that I've really trying to work on is just like trying to separate, when I go home, like, hey, this is home, and then when I'm at the field, this is baseball. I'm sure you can attest that that's one of the hardest things, because when you genuinely care and you're very passionate about something, it is hard to differentiate the two. But overall off seasons it's kind of transitioned more into learning how to take care of myself. I'm not claiming to be old. I mean, you could still run circles around me, but just like how I'm eating, how I'm taking care of myself, general body maintenance, making a game plan, not just like kind of throwing stuff at a wall.
Talk to us a little bit about the nutritional aspect and exactly what it is that you do.
I just try to stay away from processed stuff. My wife is a great cook, fortunately, because I'm not a very good cook at all.
She's from the South?
She's from the South,
okay.
yeah.
So.
I just discovered this, was born in Mobile, Alabama, and that's why I went to school. I was like, man, I knew I liked
Alabama boys.
Yeah, that's right.
Nutrition for me, 1985, I had a chance to meet Mackie Shilstone. Mackie Shilstone is who took Michael Spinks from a light heavy to heavyweight. I wanted to gain more strength and more size without losing flexibility. So it was through him that I also had to learn nutrition and weight training. I wanted to put two halves together, and that really played a big part in my being able to play maybe 4 or 5 more years. Yeah. So you're on the right track.
Such a short window, right, to play this game. I want to maximize that as much as I can.
Let's talk about playing a little bit. You use Rawlings?
I do.
You always use Rawlings?
I've always used Rawlings, yeah.
I've always used what they call a 6-finger.
I've never heard of a 6-finger. Can you explain that?
If you look at the pocket there, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's why they call me a cheater. That's a 6-finger. When you get a glove, what is it that you're looking for?
I want to make the glove an extension of my hand.
Put your hand in there.
Now this is a glove right here. This is a.
That's art.
This
right
is the
there.
13 timer right here. This is a.
It is an extension of the hand, and when you take your hand out of the glove, it should look like that. When I sit my glove down, if you set that glove down, that's the way it would sit.
Like this?
Yes.
Yeah, it sits like that.
Just like my hand. That's right.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If you could pinpoint one thing that gave you the defensive success, what do you think it is?
For any player, and I told all this, the thing that puts you in a position to be able to make a play, your feet. Most guys as infielders have decent hands, but it's your feet that put you in a position to be able to make a play. I always try to operate on my toes, because as you know, if you run on your heels, your head is they're constantly moving. That's when you can get a bad hop in the air, So you want to operate as an infielder on your toes at all time. Do you feel a lot of responsibility from an offensive standpoint?
One thing that I've always tried to do is remember who I am as a player. I still want to have competitive at-bats. I still want to get on base. I still want to try to create some havoc when I do run the bases. Offensively, I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give a single at-bat away. I don't want to give a single pitch away. I want to be just a pain in their butt.
On both sides of the ball, for you, what I see is you want to be as well-rounded a player. I know what the answer is going to be. Would you rather get the big hit, or would you rather make the big play?
I like the big play. I mean, everyone dreams of that hit, but if you can make that big play, that really swings a game I mean, yeah, offense can win you a game, but defense is going to win you some championships.
Alabama's won. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun watching you do what you do, watching you grow, both as a player and as a person. Keep going.
Thank you, sir. I love having you around. Thank you for coming around.
And straight ahead on Cardinals Insider, see what Pedro Pages has to say while mic'd up.
He missed it. Oh, you just hit the mic. You just made them go deaf. You made them go deaf.
That's after the break. Pedro Pages has quickly become a favorite among fans and Cardinals pitchers. We followed Pedro during a spring training workout to see how catchers get ready for the rigors of 162.
I'm mic'd up, okay? Okay. Just warning you so you don't say anything that you don't want to say on camera, okay? I love you.
Oh yeah, I'm mic'd up right now. Hey, no, stay with me. We're good. No one gets scared. No, you say my content.
I knew this day was coming. I knew you were gonna get it.
No, you did it.
At some point.
I didn't know I was gonna get it either.
What are you talking about, dude? You're the most talkative guy here.
I do talk a lot. They'll have plenty of lines to play with.
So you got a film crew.
Yeah, you better watch out. Stay away.
I mean, don't tell me you're going Hollywood on me here.
I'm trying, dude. Get that belly out, boy. Ooh. Can't get that low. Hiya. It's not a good camera angle I got to my left right now. Curves like the back of my hand. Ay! Do the stinky leg, do the stinky leg. He missed it. Oh, you just hit the mic. You just made them go deaf. You made them go deaf. Woo. Oh boy, look good. Look very good. Any specific righty lefty today?
So lefty, I want to start sweeper, but I want to throw it at their hip. I want to see what it's doing early.
Okay.
So pretty much a set of
First
middle.
pitch to, yep.
Yeah,
sweeper.
and then following that, whether it's a strike or a ball, backdoor sinker.
He wanted it, sorry. He just wanted to work on it. Strike one. Little off. Good pitch. Ball? Yeah, ball. Yeah. Very nice. Jojo goes, hey, first lefty that steps in the box, even if it's first pitch of the live, slider, I don't care. I was like, okay. Victor steps in, slider first pitch, started right at him. He was like, what the? You wanted it.
I wanted it. That's a barrel.
Come on. What you want to do today?
Sinker, cutter, slider.
Sinker, cutter, slider. Good pitch. Good pitch. Good pitch. I like that cutter action more.
Yeah.
I love it more.
Yeah,
it's
like
straight, like just boop.
Yeah, it's not as much like the.
Yes, depthy. You already have the depthy one.
Yeah.
That one's money.
And I feel like I can keep it more top rail.
Yes, that's what we need. Just keep it up there. Let's do it. Let's rumble. Why not? Break his arm, break his chest. Break his chest. There it is, break his chest. He has such a smooth. Oh, yeah. I like it. It's a little lower.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that. That's what it probably feels like, but no, it looks good, dude.
It does actually.
It looks like it has just more carry with it.
I was like 90% and you're just like.
Yeah. Ready? You're welcome. We are all done. Hi, baby. Have a good Saturday, boys. You made them go deaf again.
Yep. Straight ahead, Thomas Saggese made an impression at the Arizona Fall League, and we were there to capture it.
I'm able to put a hone in and put a focus, conscious effort on swinging at the pitches I want to, I think, a little more.
More when we return. Thomas Saggese hit .391 in 18 games during last year's Arizona Fall League. We caught up with Thomas in Arizona for a new Cardinals original, and you can see the full story on YouTube. But here's a sneak peek.
Jay, you telling jokes or what?
No, I'm not really a funny guy, I feel like. Maybe I'm a funny guy, like, unintentionally.
It just comes easy. It's natural.
But you don't tell jokes.
But I don't tell jokes. Everybody's scared of the mic, bro. So now I have to go back and forth.
You cannot use bad word. You're a mic.
I don't really curse anyway, though, you know? So we're good.
We're good. That's right.
In Japanese, though.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Nato told me that he won the MVP here.
There's a lot of great baseball still to be played, especially out here in the desert with the Arizona Fall League. Nolan Arenado, the Colorado Rockies organization, he'll play there.
He was like, just remember, I'm the boss of that league. I own that league. Maybe I should go on the run there. Nato would go on the run. But he has a freaking bazooka. Head in the zone. It's a little better. A little slice. Nope. Ew, ew, ew. Obviously working on my mechanics and making sure I'm in a good position, but you know, my game planning and all that stuff, I need to just learn more about the game and learn what they're trying to do to me and then be picky. There it is. All right, roll with that. There it is. Pressure's on the pitcher to throw strikes. Just realizing that and then honestly just more reps, you know. Just more and more, seeing more pitches over the years I think has helped, and I'm able to hone in and put a focused, conscious effort on swinging at the pitches I want to, I think a little more, just because I have a decent amount of time seeing pro ball pitching, you know, so that helps for sure as well.
Rob Cerfolio is the Cardinals' new assistant GM over player development and performance, and he'll play a critical role as St. Louis returns to its player development roots. Rob joined our Brett McMillan and Cardinal Magazine's Elizabeth Meineke to talk about his journey to this point.
So let's get into a little bit of what you do, Rob, because we hear player development, player dev a lot get thrown around, and so I think our fans are familiar with it. I think they're less familiar with the concept of player performance. And my understanding is those were two separate things pre where we are right now, but they're coming together under you. So tell us what that looks like in a broad sense.
Sure. It's a hard thing to describe, so maybe the best way I'll try and do it is through like a story or an example.
That's perfect. We love stories.
So think of a 19-year-old high school draftee. They're obviously a baseball player. Like, they've been coached on how they're going to swing and how they are going to field and et cetera. Like, there's baseball skill. I think that's what your baseball coaches that are wearing baseball pants are teaching. They're teaching the skill of baseball. But how do you become a great hitter? How do you become a great defender? There are athleticism traits underneath, like, do you know how to swing a bat? Like, there is rotational strength, there's rotational power, there's just strength and power in general, there's movement coordination, there's mental skills, there's nutrition, there's like a whole nother layer of things that impact performance out on the field. And I think when those two entities are talking and solving problems collaboratively as a single unit, the question for a 19-year-old, okay, in 4 years, how do we have this guy go from throwing 90 to 95? Some of that answer might be through how do we improve his delivery to be able to move faster down the rubber, but part of that also might be like, this player's just not strong currently, or he doesn't have his central nervous system doesn't know how to move fast yet. So we need to teach them some of the like performance or athleticism attributes that will allow that player to access more velocity. We're always working backwards from what do we want this player to do? Like, the ideal best version of this 19-year-old we might not see for 4 years, but we have a plan, we have a vision for how we're going to get there.
Cardinals Care always has something planned to benefit the local community. You can get involved soon, and here's how.
Thanks, Ozzie. It's almost time to run or walk for a good cause. The 2025 Cardinals 5K returns to downtown St. Louis on April 19th. Proceeds support Cardinals Care as it serves kids in our community. Join Cardinals Hall of Famer Ray Lankford at Busch Stadium as fun, fitness, and philanthropy come together. A virtual option is also available for those who can't make it in person. Sign up at cardinals.com/5K. Stick around, there's more Cardinals Insider after the break.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum hosts the largest collection of baseball artifacts outside of Cooperstown. And each spring, they debut a new exhibit in their rotating space. Here's details on what you can see this year.
This year's special exhibit is Growing Up Cardinal. And what we are doing is looking at the childhood experience of being a Cardinals fan through the lens of the 3 baseball stadiums. While the stadium may have changed 3 times, in fact, the game is still the same. And the way that we go to the game is still the same. So we have a case that has a section for Sportsman's Park, it has a section for Busch 2, and then Busch 3, showing tickets, yearbooks, scorecards, pennants, seats even. From the moment you walk in the door, Fred Bird leads the way. He has left us very kindly footprints that lead, of course, back to his case in this exhibit. When you come, hopefully you'll see things that you remember from your childhood. We're talking about the Knothole Gang. We're talking about branding and merchandise, and talking about player endorsements, products that they may have put out that fans will recognize. This is an exhibit for the kid inside all of us, as well as kids today. So kids today can see what the game was like when their parents went to baseball games, and us grown-up kids can see what baseball was like when our parents went to games. So it's a very generational exhibit. And that's my hope, is that somebody will see something in each section that makes them remember when they were a kid.
It's time for this week's trivia question. We're asking, in what year were the Memphis Redbirds founded? Was it 1991, 1995, 1998, or 2000? Hear the answer when we return.
It is indeed time for today's trivia question, and it is brought to us by Ford. We asked, in what year were the Memphis Redbirds founded? The answer is 1998. Memphis has been the Cardinals' AAA affiliate since 1998. During that affiliation, some great Cardinals have finished their big league preparation just down I-55. Names like Albert Pujols, Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright, and Matt Carpenter have all played for the Redbirds. But it's not about individuals. The most exciting happening in the Bluff City came in 2018 when the Redbirds won the AAA National Championship. Infielder Alex Mejia paced Memphis, going 5 for 5 roughly a year after making his major league debut in June of 2017. Frequently, St. Louis finishes its exhibition season with a swing through AutoZone Park, as it did this year. It's called the Battle of the Birds, a reminder about the connection between the two river cities, filled with baseball and barbecue. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Brett McMillan.
And still to come, an out-of-this-world Ask a Cardinal.
See, I have an answer, but I'm not going to say it. You guys wouldn't be allowed to use this.
Stay with us. Welcome back. Baseball players spend the better part of 8 months together. And during that time, you learn a lot about your teammates, including things that might make them a little odd. That's the theme of this week's Ask a Cardinal. We ask, which of your teammates might be an alien?
See, I have an answer, but I'm not going to say it. You guys wouldn't be allowed to use this.
Jordan Walker, because he's like 21 and he's like massive.
Maybe Jordan Walker, like that dude's huge. You know what I mean? Like that's a football player.
I would say Sonny. I would say Sonny Gray, because he knows what he's doing for sure. The way he goes about it, and it all works for him. But from outside looking in, I'm like, that guy's, he's different for sure, and I love that about him.
I'd probably go with Sonny, because I feel like Sonny would be my robot. If one of my teammates was secretly a robot, it'd be Sonny. How about that? I know it's not the question you asked, but that'll be my answer.
Pedro. Not a real guy. He somehow always has something to say to everybody, and it's nonstop, and you're almost like, dude, you are not human if you have something for every single person of every single thing of any situation that you're in.
Nope. Yeah, he's alien. He's not from here, can't be.
Roycroft. First off, he's ginormous. And then second, he just does stuff with a baseball that shouldn't be allowed.
Ryan Fernandez. Just the stash, yeah.
Just see a mustache, they're automatically an alien?
Like what kind of alien?
One that is a extraterrestrial.
But like in what context? Like,
you know how in Men in Black, like they're human, but they're actually an alien?
So they're kind of like they don't understand the human race a little bit. So Palante.
Andre Palante.
Andre Palante.
Maybe Andre Palante. He's a little different, a little out there. But great guy, great guy.
Palante.
Everyone's saying that.
That's it for this episode. You can catch us online at 4 p.m. each Friday at cardinals.com/insider and on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next week.